Don't ignore what's happening here. We're having some kind of powerful, weird alchemy, and you have to pay attention when that happens. Stuff is not to be treated lightly.
Listen, I actually just came out here to have a cigarette, okay, and relax and
sure.
do my thing.
Yeah.
So, maybe another time.
Yeah, but there may not be another time. Okay, I may never get this chance again. I mean, we may never, be able to return to this moment.
Hey, welcome back to the vlog. It is currently Saturday, June 27th, and I'm still stuck in quarantine. So the past couple days, yeah, I haven't really left the house, haven't really left my room. The only times I have left my house is to go pick up like Burger King or like Taco Bell or like more other yummy food. We can't even go grocery shopping, so now we use Instacart, so cool. Anyways, I'd like to share with you a couple clips I've taken during this time of quarantine, like in between episodes 3 that just came out, and yeah. So somehow I have encouraged my friend Haley to start vlogging. I just shared with her the benefits of vlogging. And by the way, here are the benefits of vlogging. There's a lot of text messages here. Alright, wow, after 5 minutes of scrolling, number 1, vlogging is fun. Yeah, vlogging is freaking dope. My friends in Atlanta and other parts of the world can see what the heck I'm doing in my life. Not that they really care, but cool, they can do it if they want. So you can actually record your memories in form of video, and that's like really cool, because like you can like live back on memories, like watch old things that you did, and it's like, wow, look at that, I just like reminisced all that just by watching a video. It's freaking cool. I get a FaceTime and she's like, how do you vlog? I want to vlog. So what I do is I will record, and I just record what's happening, basically.
What?
I record what's happening.
I know, but like, I know what vlog is, but like, you do different parts of the day? Do you do it like all in one?
I do it different parts of the day, and I edit it together.
Like different clips?
Yeah, so like I am vlogging right now, which this is gonna go somewhere in some vlog.
Hey vlog. My name's Haley.
Now, the other big thing that happened, this actually happened yesterday, and I called the operational director of this school, and I was like,
Hello, Zealot.
hi, this is Jeremy. So I am from Atlanta Leadership College.
Okay.
I'm just calling about some more info.
Hey, Jeremy. Yeah. How's it going, man?
It's going good. I'm thinking about coming to your school. Tell me why too. Basically. And I missed the call with them, but a good friend took notes and shared them with me, and basically showed me their schedule, and like, it's really cool because a lot of their core beliefs really line up to what my core beliefs are. Now these are ALC's core beliefs, but as you can see, they now say Jeremy's core values. So yeah, my core belief: Jesus wins, always. I'm a make it happen type of personality, you know? Hey, you are contagious, and share a good vibe all the time. Cool. Be 24/7, like, have integrity. Just, don't be fake. Don't be fake. Choose joy, and that's kind of contradictory to like the 24/7 but not being fake, because sometimes you really have to fake it to make it. But I promise, choosing joy does work, and you will actually be happy in life. Yeah, it's kind of contradictory, but it's true. Fight for family. Like, that's a big thing. Please fight for family. If you really love for people, you will actually fight for them. So yeah, there's that. Take the stairs. Sometimes the easy route, the escalator, is not the best way. So just freaking take the stairs. If it's gonna get the job done better, and if you're gonna come out of it a better person, take the freaking stairs. All right, other thing, grow up. Grow the freak up. Nobody wants a crybaby. Nobody wants a person who says they can't do stuff. So grow up and learn how to do stuff. All right, cool. My core values, and yeah, they pretty much align up to South Carolina. All right, and after that phone call, and after some more big decision making, I decided to apply. So I have a moment here that I will not want to forget. What's this? What is this? South Carolina School of Leadership. Apply now. It took me about an hour to fill all this out, and there we go. All right, that was it. I decided to apply. Now, hold up. I did not just come up with the decision of South Carolina being the best school for me on my own. No, I didn't do that. There is a process that I took to make these big decisions. Now, it may not seem like a big decision. It's just another leadership college. It's the same thing as ALC. And honestly, I didn't know there was anything like ALC till after ALC, when all these schools started reaching out. So why is this such a big decision? Well, the place that I end up, the location that I end up in, the people that I surround myself with, it's not that any of these different directions are bad or horrible, but only one of the directions, or maybe two of the directions, are the actual way that God wants you to go. Now, sometimes God will literally let you choose. He'll open up two doors, and you'll be like, what are the desires of your heart? Where do you want to go? And that is what happened to me. Now, in the start of this process of making big decisions, I turned myself back to some notes that I took at the past leadership college that I just went to. And the notes are literally labeled how to make big decisions. Now, step one, pray about it. It sounds really cliche, but trust me, just pray about it. Ask God to fill the empty voices. Is this the right decision? Is this not the right decision? Pray about that. Pray, God, take the desires of my heart and do what you want with them. If they're right, and if they are fruitful, if they actually have meaning, and that they are for the direction of life that you want me to go, then bless them. If they are not where you want me to go, take them away. Now, this is another very, very practical thing to do. Journal about it. And in my backpack, I have here one awesome journal. Yeah, slow down and journal about it. I just dropped it. Find yourself writing about the good and the bad things about the college. And write the good things first always, because you don't want to have a couple bad things and let that completely outweigh your decision. Just because you're not going to be with the same friends that you want to be in, and this is talking about my circumstance, journaling goes for any big decision. But one of my things was, what if I'm not with the friends I want to be with? What if my business won't grow the way I expect it to or want it to? Don't journal those ones down first. Journal down the good things. Well, South Carolina is very pretty. And it's 2 hours from the beach, and it's an hour from Charlotte. So, and one of my friends lives in Charlotte. That's actually pretty cool. So, write down the good things. Once you're out of good things, don't start writing down the bad things. Pray, God, reveal to me more good things about this college. And then once you feel at peace with the good things, start looking at the negatives. And one of those was, well, this would be an 11-hour drive from my house. That's a 2-day drive. I can't make it all the way to Louisiana in a day. But it still felt right. God was kind of giving me good feelings about it and giving me, like, this might be what you need to do. And the third thing is slow down. When you're in the process of decision making, you're going to want to go 7 different directions at once. But you can't do that. You need to stop, you need to slow down, and you have to be okay with where you're at. If the situation that you are in is currently not making you happy and you're frustrated with it, you already have this precognited decision that the best decision for me is to leave. The best decision for me is to move, get an apartment, change location. That was my thing, where it's like, I don't know if I want to be here for the rest of my life. don't. But what if God's will was for me to stay? Slow down and find the good things in where you're at. Once you found the good things and you are at rest and at peace with the decision to not do anything, which sometimes you don't have that decision, but sometimes you do. In my situation, I have the decision to not do anything and not go back to school. And I have to be okay with that decision. So after I was okay with everything that I'm at, okay with my location, okay with being where I'm at, okay with the decision to not do anything, I started asking myself questions to think through what I'm thinking about. Now that may seem very weird, but hear me out. Now, whenever we have these massive decisions to make, sometimes we run to a person that we look up to in life or our friends to help us make the decision. Talk through with them. And I'm not saying that wise counsel is a bad thing. I'm not saying that you shouldn't seek wise counsel when you have a massive decision. But what I am saying is that you are actually a lot more smart in the decision process than you think you are. God has enabled us to be visioneering and enabled us to be problem solving, and he created us to be decision makers through the blood of Christ. So we actually can make these big decisions with us and God. Now, a good verse that points that out is 2 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 5. And it says, "Not that we are sufficient of ourselves to think of anything as being from ourselves, but sufficiency is from God." Now, that basically means that we get the ability to make these big decisions. We get the ability to fight forward and keep on going strong through God. So why would you discount that ability that you have to make these big decisions with God? Why would you try to discount that by going to a friend or by going to someone of wise counsel? And I'm not saying that wise counsel is bad. Why to seek wise counsel in your decision process, but before you do that, decide for yourself. Allow God to be in there with the decision process with you. God has enabled us to do a lot more than we actually think that we are able to. Yeah, that's the big point. Now, the last big point C, that also has 3 points, 4 points underneath it. This is long. It's a 3-point sermon. What can I tell you? I'm sorry. See the bigger picture. Step back. You're working on this big canvas, your big canvas of your life. Step back and see the bigger picture. Now, a great verse that backs up the point of see the bigger picture is Luke 14:28-30. And in that verse, it says this: "For which of you, intending to build a tower, does not sit down first to count the cost, whether he has enough to finish it? Lest, after he has laid the foundation and is not able to finish, all who see it begin to mock him, saying, 'This man began to build and was not able to finish.'" So, before you go on a whim, on your feelings, think about it logically. See the bigger picture and see, is this something that I'm even able to do? Now, this could mean finances. This could mean relations that you have. See if this means your location. Does your location even enable you to do this? Whether this means you're like a church pastor or something, does your demographic, does your people that you are pouring into, does that line up with your decision that you're making? Because if you go on a whim and you start to make a decision just because it feels right, but you don't sit down on the logic and does this actually make sense? Your decision will crumble at the foundation. All the work that you put up on top of that foundation will crumble down. It will be all for nothing. And like it said, people would mock him, saying, "He laid the foundation, he doesn't even have enough to finish it." Don't be that person. Now, with that, realize that God has made the blueprint. And we all know Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you. Plans to prosper and not to harm you. Plans to give you a hope and plans to give you a future. God has that for you. God has already set this blueprint down. So before you start to get stressed out about your big decision, God has laid the blueprint. God has laid the foundation already in your life. So look at your foundation. Look at the blueprints that God has already placed in your life, and He'll reveal that to you. Ask God, God, what do I have? What makes sense to me? Another thing that you're going to want to ask yourself is, how does this decision impact my future? For my situation, what does going to South Carolina benefit for me? Where will I end up in a year? In 2 years? Heck, maybe even 3 years. Where will I be? Where will I end up? I would like to say that's probably one of the most important questions that you could ask. Where will I end up? For church pastors or anyone else, will the long-term effects of decision reflect the kingdom of God? Or is there maybe some sort of selfish ambition or maybe some fleshly decision that was made that's gonna hurt people? Look at that. Realize that. God has granted us this ability to be masterful decision makers. We just need to tap into His power. Last thing, I am all for wise counsel. I seek wise counsel, but don't ever confuse people's opinions on where you should go. Don't confuse that with God's truth. If God says, this is the right thing for you, this is what I want you to do, and everyone else, the crowd around you, is saying, you're crazy, you are out of your mind, why would you make a decision like that? But you know for a fact, you've been spending your time in prayer, you've fasted over the decision, you have journaled about it, you slowed down, you realized where you've laid your foundation, you see if it makes sense for your future, you see if you even have the finances or the ability or the location to do said decision, and it all lines up with God's word, and you feels good about it, and other people are saying bad about it. Other people are saying that might not be the right decision. Don't confuse that with God's truth. God is the ultimate decision maker, and He grants us the ability to see these little glimpses of the blueprint of life that He's laid down for us. So really what I'm trying to say is, decision making is not as hard as we make it to be. Now, I'm not saying that these massive decisions are easy. Jeez. Everything's messing up. I think the enemy wants to mess me up here, but the enemy's plans will not prosper. Alright, well that was annoying. I'm not saying that decisions are easy. These massive big decisions that we have to make, they're not easy decisions, but what I am trying to say is that the decision-making process is a lot easier than we make it out to be. So, alright, well, I hope you enjoyed that. It's a little bit, again, different content because I'm gonna produce whatever the heck I want to produce. And I felt like letting my cup overflow a little bit today and just sharing with you what God has been talking to me the past couple of days and in my decision-making process. So, yeah, I love you guys.